post you know you should post, but nothing feels good enough to say. Here's the truth no one tells coaches. The coaches who grow aren't more creative than you. They're not smarter than you. They're just more consistent. So in this video, I'm not giving you hacks. I'm giving you a system. Here's exactly what to post as a personal trainer when you don't know what to say. If you're a personal trainer, just know that there are 4 buckets you can always pull from. And you want to think about what you're currently doing already throughout the day. You can choose from the bucket of what you ate today, what you trained today, a client conversation, or the content that you would like to see on the internet. You see, it's really easy to get caught up in you creating content, but what I found is that the easiest way to create content is to record your moments throughout the day and the moments that you think your clients would appreciate. So when it comes to what you ate today, show your meals, show your macros, show the food choices that you made for the day. Because even though it's easy for you to know exactly what to eat, how to eat it, and the macro ratio, for your clients and for your potential clients, they still struggle with this. So whenever you post food, make sure that you're posting the macros that go along with it and not only what you made. And even if you're a coach that eats the same thing every single day, that's actually good, right? Because it allows people to see the consistency that you have, even if your meal is boring. I know some of you all have very strict diets. You eat the same breakfast, the same lunch, and the same dinner. Now, if a client is able to see what you're eating every single day and they see the consistency that you have with eating it, and then they relate that back to how you look, that's very impressive because they know that it takes effort to look the way you do. And this leads us to the next point, is about talking about why you eat this way. Well, why do you eat this way? What protein do you like to have directly after a workout? What fats do you try to stay away from, etc., etc.? So your knowledge is something that we don't know about yet. You see, you have knowledge about why you do things and how you do them. And until you explain that knowledge, no one else has it yet. So even if you're talking about the same topic as somebody else may be talking about it, we haven't heard it from you yet in your unique way and your unique angle. So it's really important to talk about why you do things in a certain way and explain how it supports your training or lifestyle. When you do this, you're actually taking the coach position and you're setting yourself up as the authority whenever you explain things in relationship to what you're doing and why it works. Because we could be doing the same things, but explaining how things work is the science. And it's going to be up to you to take this complex thing as far as nutrition goes and explain it in a way that is simple and easy to understand to the client so that they can have a higher compliance rate with it. And when you do that, you're solving a really hard problem for your clients, and they will see you as the go-to coach. Similarly to what you eat throughout the day, you should also be showing what you train today. Share your workout split and also what exercises you did. If you skipped any workouts due to injury, show me. If you're recovering from a certain lift, tell me about it. If you're resting for a certain period of time, or you're trying to go through this workout for a faster period of time, explain it to me. Explain what you're doing and why you're doing it, because we really want to know what you're doing. And just as a reminder, posting workouts alone won't get you any clients. Explaining decisions does. What do I mean by that? Well, the moment that you start explaining and teaching, that's the moment that people start listening and you start showing up differently from somebody else who's only posting the workouts. So when you explain what a workout does, how it relates to you and your goals specifically, that's when people can open up, because once again, you're showing up as the authority. You're talking us through why this split works. You're identifying who it's for and who it's not for. Maybe a pregnant mom shouldn't be doing Bulgarian split squat jumps, right? Maybe they should. I don't know exactly. But, these are the things that you actually want to talk about through your content and highlight the common mistakes that clients make when they train as well, when they're performing their exercises. Bucket 3 is a simple one, and this is going to be your client conversations. And what I want you to do is reflect on your last client call, right? Or if you don't have clients right now, the last time you talked to somebody about their fitness goals and why they aren't where they want to be at. Think about their struggles. Think about all of the excuses that they made. Think about the breakthroughs that they had. All of that is content, because chances are, if that one person is going through that, others are dealing with the same issue. And once you start talking about it, that creates relatability, authority, and relevance. Relevance is something that a lot of personal trainers lack when it comes to their content calendar. Because when you think about the date today, right now, by the time you're listening to this, it might be January. Well, January is a month where everyone starts their fitness journey and people are getting locked back in. So now's the time to start talking about more relevant content online right now, right? What are people going through right now in January? This is relevant. They're just getting back on track. They're exhausted from the holidays. They're starting their journey over again. All of these are super hot topics and they're relevant to your clients. When it comes to the fourth bucket, it's the content that you would want to see online. And I want you to think about all of the content that's out there online right now. And I want you to think about your history when it comes to content that you like, content that you comment on, content that you share, content that you save, and content that you follow from. Plus, in addition to this, I want you to close your eyes and think about the kind of content that you personally would put out there on your own. The content that you would personally like to see online yourself. If you didn't know yourself, you would follow you because the content resonates with you. That's the fourth bucket when it comes to posting content online. It's the content that you would like to see. And this is where you actually share a little bit more of your personal world. And once you do that, that allows us to build more of a relationship with you. And this is where your personal brand grows, because now I'm following you for your inner thoughts. Now I'm following you because you like watching certain TV shows or you have a super dope aesthetic. This all comes back to the content that you personally would like to see online. And if you would like to see it online, that also means that it's not corny content. Right. And even if it is, you kind of like it and you're like, all right, I'm OK with this corniness. And you'll attract people who like that kind of content because it's the content that you would like to see online. And I'm from the school of thought that your vibe attracts your tribe. So the more the vibe you put out there from the things that you naturally like, your tribe will be attracted from the vibe that you put out. So if I had to give you a formula so that you never have to think about posting content ever again, it would be this: 1 food post, 1 training post, 1 coaching post, face to camera, you actually talking, 1 client testimony or client conversation, 1 lifestyle post, and then repeat. This will give you 5 posts per week, no trends, no pressure, and no creative fatigue, because You're just posting moments throughout the day and you're stringing them together. And at the end of the day, right, just fuck your mood and follow the plan, right? This is a plan that I'm giving you right now. It doesn't matter what you feel like. Follow the plan, because when you're in your head about posting content, that means that you're not serving. And ego is on the forefront, not you serving your clients. You're thinking about self when you really need to be thinking about, how do I help this person reach their goals? And the moment that you take the pressure off of you and get out of your head and into your heart and want to help other people reach their goals, that's when the magic happens. You step outside of yourself and you just follow the plan. Now, why does this whole process work? Well, because trust is built from repetition, values, and relatability. When you're posting these pieces of content and you're also showing up consistently, well, people are repeatedly seeing you and they see your values, and the content should be relatable to what they're going through at the moment. And you have to remember that even if you're not getting a ton of views or a ton of likes or a ton of shares or a ton of engagement, you need to know that someone is always quietly watching you, always. And your content can be extremely valuable to the person that doesn't always have to engage with your content, but they do get extreme value from your content. And value is what you always want to lead with, because you're not posting to impress and to really grow your following to 1 million followers, et cetera, et cetera. That happens indirectly. You own a business. You own a fitness coaching business. You're posting to show up. You're posting to build trust. And you're posting to motivate someone today. And the only way you can motivate someone today is if you show up today. Your consistency gives someone else permission to start. Okay. If you don't show up, someone may not start their fitness journey today. You're putting helping your clients before your ego. If you want a copy of this mind map, there will be a link down below in the description. And if you want my personal help with taking your coaching business online and scaling it successfully, shoot me a message on Instagram with the word grow, and that will start the conversation. That's it for this video. Hope you got some value from it. See you next week. Peace.